Hello and welcome to the Classic Urban Podcast. It's your boy Baby Ice Cube, and I got my three guys here with me. Sometime today.
I like to eat pineapples.
Okay.
I am the legacy.
Okay.
I'm Georgeopoulos.
I put pineapple on my pizza.
Yes.
I'm OG Philly.
Yes.
Like a goddamn American.
That's right. Pineapple on fucking pizza.
Before we get this started, I just have to say that last week, after the episode was recorded, probably the most important day of the year happened. It was that Monday. Do you guys know what this day of the year is?
Alabama won the championship.
Easter.
Exactly, motherfucker. We won, boy. We champs again. Hey.
Wasn't it like a huge upset? Like, weren't you guys down most of the
Bruh, we were down 10-20 going into the third. Or no, we were down 20 points going into the third. Scored 10 in the third.
You were playing Georgia, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And guess what?
Big upset.
We came in clutch. Do
Tom
what we
Segura was
do.
there. Tom
Nick
Segura.
Saban.
Tom Segura was at the game.
Donald Trump was there. Donald Trump was there too.
And Bert Kreischer.
Yeah.
Damn.
But
Was that the game someone yelled "fuck Trump"?
no,
Oh.
I don't know. But just want to say, we do what we do. Roll Tide all day, every day. All right. Bam. We're good. I
That's
just
fucking lame.
had to get that out of my system.
It's the
So-
weirdest chant ever. Well, not.
I
Chant,
love how you guys
motto.
completely ignored my text that night. Or like, forget this dude. I'm
Something
done
about
with
a boat, and I was like, what's this dude talking about? A fucking pirate
you.
ship.
I said the ship. We won the chip.
Oh, championship. I was like, what is he talking about a pirate ship for? I was looking at my phone like, the fuck is this man talking about right now?
It was pure excitement in the house, man. Bro, listen, I know y'all didn't watch it, but
No.
we won.
I don't have cable.
It was overtime, right? They had just kicked a 50-yard field goal. So we have to either kick a field goal or get a touchdown. The last play we had, this dude just chucked it straight into the end zone, and we won. And it was great, and I loved every second of it. But what I didn't like, which, granted, this is going to sound terrible, but when they interviewed the quarterback who won the game, why did every time she asked him a question, like it seemed like every single time he was like, I just want to thank my Lord and Savior. I'm like, dude, we get it. Just say it once and then talk about the game.
Right.
Like, we don't need your Jesus-ness all right now. We just like escaped death, and you're gonna talk about Jesus all this. Stop.
So-
no.
With games like that, even if it's for a team that I, root for or whatever. So like if the Clippers, right?
Yeah.
R.I.P. the Clippers.
Dang.
If the Clippers made, a fucking 3-point shot, like the last 2 seconds, or like the last 0.8 seconds, whatever the what, right? Although it's dope, your team won, it doesn't really say that your team was better, because if you're down the whole game and you get one good play at the end, in my opinion, the other team is still technically better.
I wouldn't say they're.
Because if they had you down the whole game,
Yeah.
and you just got one good play, just so happened to be at the end of the game,
But I mean, you could the
You
other
guys
side.
still
of the,
won.
I know.
Still
No, I
won.
don't know. I know that. But I'm saying the other way you could say that is if they were so much better than us, how'd they let us come back?
right? True.
So I
facts.
mean, it's just. But yeah, I mean,
it's
I
always
can feel
plays
that.
like that kind of make me like, well, like the
It's
Super
iffy.
Bowl. Seattle
Well,
Seahawks
think
should have
of-
won that shit.
Well, think of all the times MJ won on the last
year was
second
that?
shot in the playoffs.
What year was that? 2015.
Yeah.
The year was 2015. They were at the goal line. All they had to do was hand the ball.
Right,
To
to
Marshawn
Marshawn Lynch, the
Lynch.
best running back in
No,
the
no,
league.
not just the best running back. The best running back at the goal line.
Yeah.
And possibly
Yeah.
NFL history.
Yeah.
And you're going to pass the ball. You're
Yeah.
going to pass the ball. Instead of giving it to the man who is the greatest goal line running back, you're going to pass the ball. It was rigged.
The point is,
What do you think? You think that was rigged?
Fake
no.
news.
The point
What?
is,
Hold
we
on.
won.
You don't think that was rigged?
No,
You don't think nobody got cut a check?
no, I just think that was a dumb mistake. Like the coach just made a bad call. It happens
That
all the
doesn't
time.
even make sense. That's not a bad call.
Yeah,
That is a blatant disregard for your entire team.
I mean, listen, I'm not into sports conspiracy theories because it's like
Not even a conspiracy theory. That's just bullshit. Come on.
you just make a bad call.
that you have how that's just more than a bad call.
No, because there are plenty of teams that call passing plays on the 1 yard
Motherfucker,
line.
They were like what, inches?
Yeah,
They were what? It was like third in inches?
Mhm.
Third in inches? No, fourth. Yeah, it was fourth.
Mhm.
Fourth in inches? Inches?
But I'm saying though,
Inches.
I understand what I'm saying. A lot of teams call pass plays on the goal line.
Not when you have the greatest goal line running back.
I'm just saying he could have just made a call.
It makes no sense.
Put,
On top of that, they
put
didn't even
faith.
play him that much that game.
They were probably pissed at him.
For what?
I don't know. Because
You know
he's
why I'm
he's an
here.
unruly black dude who does whatever the hell he wants
You
to
know
do.
why I'm here. I don't know. I think that was rigged. Personally, I think that just doesn't even make sense.
It could. I mean, it very well could have been, but
Somebody.
But you also have to look at it. The other team knows you have the best
facts.
on the line running back,
But
and
they didn't stop him the rest of the season. Could nobody stop him the rest of the
I
season?
know, but they could have been playing. They could have set up their defense to play against that. It would have been smart for that coach to go for the pass.
It's just one of those things where it's like when it comes to like professional sports, I'm not going to.
All you had to do literally was just reach over the line.
I know that.
That was
It's
it.
only wrong if it doesn't work, Cody.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
And it's like we don't. That's not our job. We don't do that for a living. So like when it comes to making
Well,
a
God
call
damn
like
it!
that,
I should be the fucking coach.
when it comes to making a call like that, I don't know what kind of pressure he's under. I don't know what he's going through in his head. So like,
Hashtag hire the legacy for the Seattle Seahawks.
hey, listen, if you do that, we'll all fly to Seattle with you in this party. I'm just kidding.
I'm on my way to stardom.
Hey, you're not even. I don't think. Are you?
I don't know.
Nah,
I don't
yeah,
know.
yeah,
I don't know. I don't know yet.
Don't do that.
It's not. I think I got pushed through the next level, but I don't think it's.
Yeah, don't do
There's
that.
a bunch of other shit I still have to do, but possibly good news for all the viewers out there. Interesting news. Is it good? I don't know.
Oh, it's good. It's
It's
great.
no, it's weird. Okay, because it all started as a joke.
I know.
This was a joke.
That's the best part.
This was
of
a joke.
No
All
one
right.
knows what's starting.
Yeah, no, we
I
got. We
know,
got to.
I
Okay.
know.
Anyway,
But I just wanted to say, roll tide. We the champions again, like we're supposed to be, and we good.
you got a dick in your butt.
Nope. Don't be mad. Don't be mad because we the best.
I don't follow college football.
I know that's the only team I follow because
Sports are
Ride
for
or
fucking
die.
nerds. I refuse to watch them play.
What? Sports are not for nerds. It's for
Nerds,
men.
bro.
dude,
Nerds.
we play D&D. What are you talking about?
That's the
No.
Yeah, but that's not for nerds either.
You guys play D&D.
That's for mathematicians.
I was talking to George
You said we.
because me and
Oh.
George.
I
Yeah.
got to roll a d20, add a d8, and then hit die. It's all good.
Stop.
Yeah, you guys are fucking.
They just have to beat my spell AC. I don't
Stop. We're not getting into all this. This is not a D&D podcast.
It's not an anything podcast.
True facts.
That's
We're
fair.
longtime friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the description again?
4 lifelong friends who talk about shit.
Why does he say that like he's Australian?
In his
Like,
D&D accent?
right? Like.
That pops up occasionally.
It's kind of scary.
All right, so I guess I'll just start off by talking about this Democratic meeting I went to the other day.
So what is it again? Explain.
I don't even know what the name of the meeting was, but it was just like all the chairmen for the voting precincts in Carmel got together and just had a meeting about
How the fuck did you get involved?
my grandmother.
How is your grandmother involved?
She's the chairman of her precinct.
How? How does this happen?
I
The-
don't know, but like I've always wondered the same thing.
Not the
Like,
lady who lives in or not the neighbor who lives in the same hallway as us at the apartment, but my other neighbor on the other side. She does the same thing. She was walking around handing out flyers and shit the
Yeah.
other day, trying to get people involved, and we are like, yeah, go away.
Those people are out there. They are, but that's how I got. I went.
Definitely don't got one in my neighborhood.
You do well, probably not in your neighborhood, but you do have one.
Shit,
Probably.
they don't go in my neighborhood.
Oh no, probably
wonder
not.
why.
Well, because there's toddlers who drive 4-wheelers. Who the fuck
That's
is
the
it?
American way right there.
It is.
There was a toilet on the street corner one time,
But okay, let me get back to this
and
before
one
we.
of DP's friends pissed in it.
Oh my
I was
god.
there for that. Remember?
Can we?
Well, the toilet.
Guys,
oh yeah, when you found out, he pissed.
We're
in it.
staying on the dot. We're
There
gonna
was
try and stay on the dot
No,
today.
just hold on.
We
Oh
don't
my
have a
There-
dot yet.
There was a toilet. Okay. Okay. So my neighbor. Okay. Let me just get a little. Fucking. I don't know the word I'm looking for.
Backstory.
No, not even backstory. I don't live in the hood. I live in a neighborhood of somewhat well-to-do black neighborhood. Like, it's not the hood, right?
It's hood adjacent.
It's hood adjacent, and it's like
Shout out to James
it's like
Davis.
some of the families from the hood that just kind of got a little bit of money,
Yeah.
and they live in decent houses now. That's my neighborhood. So they all still do hood rat shit. So there was a toilet with the pipes connected and everything, and it was sitting just on the corner of one of the cul-de-sacs.
That's funny.
It's just a toilet. It wasn't, but The thing was, it wasn't sitting in someone's at the end of the driveway for the trash. No, it was sitting at the corner, like next to the fire hydrant. It was just toilet, the whole toilet.
Nice.
And one of our friend pissed in it at like noon in the middle of the neighborhood. Whips his dick out and just starts pissing in a toilet. In a neighborhood where toddlers run free driving 4-wheelers, not the baby 4-wheeler. Have I told you about this?
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
children.
Yeah. That's what, and I told you that's when you know you're probably in the hood, like you're
It's not
close
the
to
hood.
it.
It's not the hood.
Cody.
There's 2-story houses, goddammit.
All right. Anyway, back to my experience.
Okay, wait, hold on.
Oh my god.
Hold on. I'm sorry. I just thought of. So I was driving to work the other day. I forgot to tell y'all about this. Oh shit! This was so fucking funny. All right, so at the end of my street. Okay, so you know where the stop sign is, like that 3-way stop right there, right by my house. So there's a gang of kids that are out there waiting for the fucking bus in the morning. You know, whatever.
A gang of kids.
There's there's a bunch of them. There's that
gang of them.
gang of kids, and they're they always like look at me kind of crazy. I'm like, stop fucking looking at me. I'll run you over. And there's always there's like another street, like another little sidewalk across the street, and there's always a mom standing with a younger kid waiting for the other bus. And this mom always just looks shitty, standing out there in the cold, just staring like off into space. And the other day, as I'm driving by, her little kid's running, bro. And he slipped and ate shit, like, bro, face first into the fucking concrete. But here's what's fucked up. The mom was staring at me the whole time. She was giving me a dirty look. Like, her kid just, like, face plants into the fucking ground. She looks over and then looks at me. And as I'm driving by, because I watched it happen, and I was like, and, I had that face for, like, you don't want to laugh at the mom because her kid just ate shit next to her, but she's looking at me like it's my fault.
You cursed my children.
It was fucked up. It was kind of, and what was fucked up? I kept driving. I kept looking back. She didn't help the kid up. He was just laying there. He was laying there face first in the goddamn street.
Well, considering some of the things you've done while out and driving around,
This is true.
some of the words you've said and the things you've thrown.
What?
This is true.
What have I done? What have I done?
Suck my ass.
And then you throw
yeah.
a peep.
When you're hanging out my window and you threw the peep at him.
What?
Do you not remember that? You threw a peep out my window at this kid and yelled, "Suck my ass."
What the fuck?
Hit him too.
What?
Yeah, you don't remember
Pretty
that?
sure he dropped his ice cream.
This is not a joke. Cody hit a kid who's just walking by with his ice cream by himself, which is kind of sad.
What the fuck?
You're a terrible human being.
When did I do that?
This was last year.
Yeah.
In my neighborhood?
No, in downtown Carmel on Rangeline.
Yeah. And a peep just hits him in the arm and he hears, "Suck my ass!" in that voice.
If y'all could see his man's face right
What
now.
the fuck? I didn't do that.
Yes, you did.
What the fuck?
Because it was so sad.
I ended up rolling the windows up and locking them so you couldn't do it anymore.
Who gave me peeps?
We bought him.
I don't know where they came from. Somehow we just had them.
What the fuck?
Dude, you're terrible.
I did that?
Just this lone kid with his ice cream walking down the road.
Holy shit.
You're terrible, bro.
And then peep.
And you wonder why people look at you funny when you die.
God damn, I don't remember doing that at all.
Terrible.
I do shit a lot, and then you guys
Yeah.
tell me about it later. You remember when you... I hit a kid with a peep?
Yeah.
R.I.P. Little Peep.
Can I
He is
continue?
dead.
Yeah, you can
Alright.
continue
Okay.
now, yeah.
Continue,
Now that we've
Rand.
established that I'm apparently a terrible person.
Okay. All right. Anyway, so I went to this meeting, and it was cool. I mean, it's cool seeing people like actually care about what's going on in their community and all that stuff, and it's cool to see people actually taking the initiative to try and do something that they want to see happen. But my whole thing was, it's like, we hear, like, on this podcast, we say a lot of, like, we hate Trump. We openly, like, talk about that.
Fuck that man.
Right? And they did too, which is completely fine.
Right in his ass.
But then they started making jokes about Republicans. Now, to me, that's not cool because that's like, you can't generalize that whole entire group like that.
True facts.
Especially because that's not opening anything up for conversation. It's
Exactly.
just creating more hate.
That's
and
what.
that's half our country, so.
True facts.
But that was my problem with it, was like they weren't, instead of being open to, talking with these people and seeing their point of view, they were just like making jokes and basically insulting their ideology.
It's a little. It's what's the word? Just keeps things really stagnant.
Yeah.
Doesn't really push anything forward.
Which I don't want to make it sound like they were saying anything like terrible. It was just those like kind of like comments here and there when they were talking about what they were doing and all these things and stuff like that.
Like then the Republicans.
Yeah, that kind of stuff. Which I mean, granted, this country's been built on like that competition between two sides, where there's always one party against another that's trying to beat each other, and then that just causes the kind of stagnant government we have now.
Which is really strange to think about that Democratic and Republican were flipped at one point in time.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Yep.
That's so weird to think about.
Mm-hmm.
So Democrats were conservatives and Republicans were...
Well, Democrats were just slave owners, and the Southern Democrats.
Which would make them conservative.
I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
but I'm just saying.
But somewhere along the line, it just kind of flipped. It's weird. Politics.
Right, and now the entire South is like Republican.
Yeah, it's odd. Really odd.
But
So did you learn anything?
I mean, I did. I learned about some of the people who are running. One of the guys who's running for a state representative like for the Carmel district, got up and spoke to us, talked about what he's going to do,
Is
his
he a piece of
policies.
shit?
No, he seems like a cool dude. He just, to me, he's one of those guys who's just regurgitating everything every other politician says. So, you take that for what you will. But another thing I noticed was there were a couple young couples, which is always cool to see, but there's obviously like the older generation there as well.
Of course.
Because
they seem to be more involved in politics.
Yeah. There was this one guy, right? Like, we're just going around saying what precinct we're from. Mind you, I had to look that up, just throwing it out there, because I had no idea.
I don't know.
Exactly. Like, it's...
Is it a number?
No, it's a name. At least for Carmel, it is.
What's the name of your precinct? Motherfucker.
I think it's Woodgate.
You were just there.
I was there Tuesday.
On a Tuesday.
But we got to this guy,
Got the
And-
Democrats going
and
up.
before he said his name, he started going into about this new bill that the Republicans have passed. I didn't fact check this, man. There might be no validity in this, but apparently hunters now have to use steel shot when they're shooting birds instead of lead shot.
Yeah, that's been a thing.
Okay.
That's been a thing for a while.
Yes, I didn't know that. I don't hunt.
It's poisonous.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah. Well, he informed us. Mind you, this is all before he said his name, so none of us, other people knew him because he's been to these meetings, but I had no idea who this man was. And he's like, well, now the Republicans are trying to pass a law that they can go back to using lead shot. And I was like, okay, I'm still waiting for the relevance of how this connects to your name. And then he goes on to be like, he's like, that's just not good because that's going to kill the environment and hurt birds of prey like eagles. They're going to kill eagles. And I'm like...
Lead's a natural element found in the earth.
And my whole thing is, this man...
Doesn't make it not,
eagles.
it doesn't make it not poisonous.
I know, but still.
The man who's
Arsenic's
running this
natural.
meeting asked for your name and your precinct. Nowhere in that did we ask about a goddamn bird. And on top of that, that's the most thing you're worried about with Republicans? Is a goddamn bird? Like, there's so many other things to be worried about. Like, I would take
The eagle is the face of America.
I would take gay rights. I would take even police brutality. Mind you, the guy's white, so I don't know why he would really. But I would take that. He's a white old dude, Cody. Come on, like it's not like he was really hip to the.
Hip.
I would even take the tax reform bill that just got passed. He decided to talk about an eagle. Why? I don't understand it, and it made me mad. And I was like, I've just lost all. Like,
Maybe it's because he knows that everyone in your precinct doesn't give a fuck about any of that.
that might be true too.
He's a Republican. He's trying to
Mind you, it's also it's a Carmel precinct, so all of those things that you just named don't affect them
That's true, I guess.
at all.
Yeah,
He's
That's
playing
fair.
to his audience.
that's fair. But it's
People
just
in
like
Carmel, police brutality. It's horrible on the television. I'm glad I live in Carmel.
it's just like it makes me wonder, like, what is the party real like on the local level? The parties aren't doing anything but fighting these small battles here and there that don't really affect anything, instead of trying to
Well,
go against these bigger issues. Mind you, I don't know because I don't talk to every like community in the country and ask what they're doing. But like to me, it just made me seem like Carmel is just like
yeah, you got to think of the precinct that you were at, bro.
I know.
You got to think about
But
it.
it's still, I would want my city to fight for something more important than that.
But it doesn't affect them.
But it affects society as a whole.
It doesn't affect them. They don't
Sadly,
care.
people are just selfish.
It doesn't affect them. They don't care. You should know this.
I mean, yeah, but
Why do you think police brutality is still a thing? Because the majority of the country is
But
not,
I mean,
it's not affected by it.
the tax reform bill affects them.
You're in Carmel. They're in a higher tax bracket. They got a tax cut.
I'm just saying.
That's true.
They got affected positively, which makes
Well,
them
but
not
I don't know
care.
that. I don't know this dude's income. I don't know where he lives.
He's in Carmel.
That don't mean nothing. I mean, he could live in close. He can live over by Phil, and that's
Yeah.
still Carmel.
To be fair, all of our families live in Carmel. And
Cody's doesn't.
father
See,
did.
I still don't understand how that worked.
Yeah.
Indianapolis address. We didn't even fall under anything Carmel. Actually, now I think about it, did we?
The school system.
school district.
Yeah, but that's a stretch.
We lived in a gray zone
Yeah.
where if there was something,
We actually lived in a zone that was trying to be annexed by Carmel.
Yeah.
That's
Yep.
why you never saw Carmel police in there. That's why they didn't ever. I mean, fuck. The roads and home place are fucked
Yeah.
because Carmel doesn't want to deal with it.
but
They tried to annex it. They were trying to sell it back to Indianapolis, and Indianapolis was like, "But why?" And Carmel's like, "Just take it." And it's like this stagnant conversation of them being like,
because we still had
"You can have it back," and Indianapolis is like, "But I don't want it back."
yeah, because we still had Indianapolis addresses, but we lived in Carmel, so if there was any like resource that was limited to Indianapolis residents, sometimes you weren't allowed to use them.
Like we were still on well water.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just our neighborhood.
And then I think my dad said that we eventually got put on Indianapolis city water, and he hated it. He got all butthurt about it.
It doesn't taste the same
Oh my God! Don't get this.
because the water we got out of our wells is the same water you get at Flowing Well Park.
Mm.
Which that water actually, I'm gonna have to
pretty
back
good.
Philip. It's pretty damn good.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Very nice water.
But yeah, and then like there's some places in Carmel, in order to use the facilities and whatever, you had to be a Carmel resident, and then occasionally they wouldn't let you because they're like, oh, but your address says Indianapolis, and it was just, it sucked.
Yeah.
Like Brookshire Golf Club, you're supposed to be a Carmel resident.
The one across the street from our neighborhood? Oh, no, wait.
No,
Brookshire is
is the one
over
off
by
of
my old
Gray,
house.
Gray Road,
I thought you were talking about that golf place that they
Yeah.
are now making houses.
Sunrise.
Yeah.
Fuck golf.
Why do you?
Top golf is fun.
Top golf is
I've
good.
Yes.
not been to Top Golf.
It's fun.
You should go.
It makes you realize, it gives you I have a newfound respect for golf.
Oh, I've always respected golf.
Bro,
It's boring to watch,
It's
but
hard as fuck.
it's hard.
What
It's very
the
hard.
fuck?
It's very
You
hard.
never would have thought hitting a ball off it's hard.
It's hard.
Imagine it is hard.
It's
but
hard. It doesn't move, though.
It is a sport. It
I
has
played
some skill to
baseball.
it. I know.
All right?
He hits a moving target.
I was good. I was really good.
I watched you play. No, you weren't.
Fuck you. I was really good.
Oh God,
I could, you know what I'm saying? Hitting a golf ball is hard. I don't understand.
bro! I thought when I got up there,
Oh.
I thought it was gonna be easy, and I hit the pad and it bounced over the ball. I was like, oh Jesus, this is the
So-
challenge.
I'm not going to give out names because there's some situation that happened, but you know what I'm saying? We're at Top Golf, right?
Yeah.
And I go with a certain person who has a certain company card, and that's how we go for free, right?
Yeah.
That's fine and dandy.
Yeah,
Whatever.
yeah.
The company knows we do that.
That's how I went for free.
Right, yeah. And they give us the Callaway bag with all the Callaway clubs.
Okay.
Don't know if you know this. I didn't know this, George, so I doubt you know this.
Probably don't.
Callaway is like Rolls Royce
Yeah.
of golfing.
What's a Rolls Royce?
Oh my god. Okay, so for instance, right, you know what a driver is in golf, right?
Yes.
Okay, so the driver in that set is $600.
Mm.
It's just the driver.
I know.
And I was hitting what's the one just below driver? Phil?
Wedge.
Hybrid.
No. A hybrid?
Yeah,
Yes.
something like that.
So I was hitting with the hybrid.
Or a wood. Hybrid or wood.
I was hitting with one of those.
Yeah.
Hit the ball. Mind you, is the cleanest shot I've had all night.
Mm-hmm.
And I heard a and I'm like, what the fuck? With the Callaway club, I broke that motherfucker. I broke the fucking club. I broke like a fucking $300, $400 club.
do you know
bro.
how much that
Bro,
thing cost?
I know. And so we're all sitting there like, what the fuck? And I was like, cover it, because it came with a little sleeve. I was like, cover it with the sleeve. I was like, we're going to return it. And he's like, and, you know, my friend's like, oh, God, bro, what if we have to pay for it? And I was like, cover it with the sleeve. Don't say shit.
I don't know who we is. You're gonna. Have to
He's like, but I didn't break it. And I'm like, you know, fucking whatever, you know. It's like,
I know.
Yeah,
who it
yeah,
was.
yeah.
I can tell by the voice.
Yeah. And so we're freaking out. they knew somebody who worked there, and so she comes over and she's like, okay, who broke the club? And I'm just sitting there, and she's like, did you break it? And I'm just looking. So she goes up to the front desk, whatever. And she takes care of it for us, comes back with a new club. And we're like, what the fuck? What did they say? And she's like, nothing. I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, oh, just throw them away.
Get out of
I
here.
swear to God. I swear to
Cody,
God.
stop.
It doesn't matter.
Just to kind of put this into perspective, Callaway, they have like their own Corvette trim.
Well, I understand
What?
that.
Yeah.
What?
I
The
understand
Callaway
Callaway.
Corvettes
I didn't
and
know
Camaros.
that. I didn't
Yeah.
know that.
I understand the company Callaway makes a lot of money, but for Top Golf to just throw away a $400, that's a lot.
Okay, but you have to look at how much Top Golf is making
That's true, bro.
on
just threw
every
that shit
trip
away?
you go.
When you saw
it's
it from the
expensive.
highway, were you like, "There's no way"? Because
I
like,
didn't know what. I was like, oh, that's interesting.
I was like, "This looks like a goddamn
Have you
amusement
guys,
park."
have you
Like,
guys,
what
have
is
you guys
this?
been up to the rooftop terrace yet?
Huh?
No,
On the top level, there's like a patio with the stage for like a live band, and then there's a bar, and
Some bitch.
bro. That's like, listen, hey, you got your player member card, or you're like,
Yeah.
bro? I flashed that to my mom when I got home. I was like, "Look, mom, I'm a rich white person. Look at this. Look at it.
Vote Republican next time, Mom.
I'm gonna play white
Change.
sports now, Mom.
I'm a golf club member, man."
Yeah, I broke that Callaway club, man. That shit sucks.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's fucking-
So, I'm complete garbage at golf. I discovered farthest I got was 50 yards. That was it.
I mean, I'm really good with a wedge.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, really, really good with a wedge.
The wedges I found were a little easier to hit with,
and I'm really good at aiming with a wedge too.
Yeah?
Like I actually knew where the ball was going. Driver on the other hand, nah.
bro. Like
Nope.
I don't understand it,
I don't
man.
understand, bro.
And then what made me feel so bad about myself was there was a group of guys that came up.
Just-
Bro, one of them was like golfer. This man was pushing like 300, like a big old man.
Damn.
Bruh.
Yeah.
It was like I couldn't see it. It was gone, like back
I also
there.
didn't understand once I started doing Top Golf how old people be playing it. Bro, my back hurts after that shit.
Yeah,
It's not really about how hard you hit the ball.
it's not.
It's
My
all
back hurt.
technique.
My goddamn back
Why
hurt.
do you think they all have freaking elbow issues and back problems?
That's why
dude?
Hannah can't she can't swing right now because she's got so many back issues from playing.
Bro,
My grandpa's had like
golf
12
hurts.
surgeries because of golf, and he still plays.
what the fuck? I never knew golf was like
You want
intense.
you
Like
want-
I got more pain from playing Top Golf for like 2 hours than I did an entire game. Oh wow, that's a nice Corvette.
Cody,
An
Cody's
entire game of
attention's gone.
baseball.
Yeah,
I'm talking about running and sliding and all that extra shit. No, my back,
because you're working different muscles than you would.
my back hurt. My back,
You're back.
my neck.
You don't know what's that is.
Wasn't it?
I told Hannah, I was like, "Babe, I hit it 50 yards." I'm OG, and she's like, "Brandon, I can hit that thing more than 200 yards." I'm like, "Well then, you're cool. Make me feel bad about myself. Fuck out of here." She just like she's like that's literally nothing.
Well, she golfs. So.
I know, right? I'm like, ugh.
It's the newest rendition of the Callaway Corvette is a hatchback.
So you can fit your golf bag in there.
Exactly.
This is what happens when we mention a card with Phil. He just goes to the internet.
Cars
No,
are
you
great.
said Callaway. You were talking about golf clubs.
And he brought it to car.
Yeah.
That's
He
funny.
eats cars. He shits cars.
Fucks cars.
Man,
He's
lives
got
No.
motor
cars.
oil running through his veins.
Man, Steven told me today, he's like, "Brandon, we gotta get an old bucket and restore it." And I'm like, who's gonna do that? I don't know how to fix a car. Do you?
That's what I'm leaning on right now. Not restoring it, but getting a bucket.
And then Steven, and I was like, I told Steven, I was like, I mean, if we did that, I'm sure Phil would basically ask to live at our house for the next couple months to fix it.
I could get it done, and I could make it a cool ass.
So I was like, he would want to live here. He'd be like every day, be like, "Brandon, you home?" I'm like, "No, Phil, I'm at school." He's like, "Well, I'm gonna be at the house." I'm like, "Okay."
Yeah,
So-
I'm leaning on getting an older car too.
Oh, we're talking about cars. Do we want to talk about our car troubles this week? 'Cause I know I had some.
Go
Cody,
ahead.
You have some. You want to start, Cody? Because mine isn't as interesting.
No, let's start with yours since it's not as interesting.
Okay. So, got a speeding ticket. First one ever.
I told you know what's fucked up. We were just talking about that too.
What?
The last time I rode with you, I was like, I'm surprised you haven't gotten a speeding ticket. And you're like, I am too.
Bro, he came to my house. Was it the same day that you got one?
Yeah.
Yeah, he came to my house that night and was like, "So I got a speeding ticket." I was like, "God damn it, George."
Yeah. Because I got in the very bad habit. of-
How did that interaction go between you and the cop? By the way, I'm really curious because you're like a real on edge person. So
Well,
are cops.
Yeah. So I'll explain. I'll explain.
It never goes well for me. So
I'm in the all the way left lane. I actually went perfect with me.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, apparently not. He gave you a ticket. He didn't let you go.
You can't win them all.
George, you haven't won one yet.
I win every time I don't get pulled over.
Hey,
Yeah.
Alabama won though.
Go fuck yourself.
Okay, sorry, I'll stop.
All right, so I got in a really bad habit because I work in construction and I change job sites sometimes. So at my old job site, I had to speed like at 80 just to make it there. If I was like, say, even 5 minutes late.
That's why you
out
just
the
get
house.
up earlier, bud.
You try it. Anyway,
Just go to sleep earlier and
you
get up
stop
earlier.
that now. You stop that now.
Okay.
God damn it, I'm playing video games. Don't you judge me.
Wow.
Let this man
Obviously
live.
not, because it says you're not online.
Oh, Phil's throwing
Up here
shade.
offline, bitch.
So I got in the very bad habit of going 80 everywhere I went, even on the back roads.
This man drives like a fuck. Have you ever rode with him?
No,
He
I
drives like a
refuse to.
goddamn maniac.
Yeah. So they finally caught me. I'm sitting there going 80. Here's the thing about the day I got pulled over. I wasn't late. I didn't have to speed. I wanted to. I even thought like, oh, I got all this open road. Wow, it's so fun. I'm just going to do it. Yeah. So I saw him like on the shoulder. I'm on the way in the left lane. He's on all the way on the right.
You didn't slow down?
I slowed down from 80 to 75. So here's the thing. It was one of those moments where I saw him, slammed on my brakes a bit, and I was like, he got me.
I mean, that's fair.
And then I was like, so a bit of time went by. I thought he would immediately flip him on.
Mm-hmm.
No,
Turn the
he's
lights.
gonna follow you.
Yeah, no. Get a bit down the road. I get in the right lane just because, like, I realized that was close.
Mm.
Turns out, wasn't close at all. He got me. So he comes up and he gets into my lane. And I'm like, oh, okay, I know what's happening. So I just go to the shoulder and then just put on my blinkers, all that good shit. He comes up. He's like, so I caught you doing 75. I'm like, oh, just 75? I
Why?
didn't say that exact. I thought it.
Oh, I was gonna say.
And then I just looked at him and go,
Idiot.
I believe it. He said, all right, give me your license. I like, give him my license. Went back to his car. Just sat there fucking around with shit in the car because didn't want to get on my phone because he comes up with him on my phone. It's going to seem hella disrespectful. I'm paranoid. What do you want from me?
That's fair.
I
That's
guess.
fair.
Anyway.
And then he comes back. He's like, yeah, I gave you a ticket. Here's all the stuff. Look at it online. Still not posted online, by the way.
$175, by the way.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. I'm not.
Mine was like, I deferred it, so it was like 200.
I
Yeah,
got-
if you defer, it's about $230
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got.
if
what's
they
it
give
called?
you the option.
Yeah.
What's it
Yo,
called?
insurance finna go up.
Who gives a fuck? Anyway.
Not by a little bit either.
Yeah. All right.
Phil, talking to the mic, you animal.
Mine only after my speeding ticket, my suspension only went up $30. What?
Mine went up $30 per seatbelt ticket.
But you,
How many have you had? 'Cause this is my
I've
first
never had
ticket
a
ever.
seatbelt ticket. I never wear my seatbelt.
Yeah, and I always have the dark ass windows, and they gave me a seatbelt ticket.
Makes sense.
Pulled me over for speeding. They're like, oh, even though like usually I'm pretty good about not going like outrageously fast. Usually I'm 5 to 10 over.
like a normal human
Yeah.
being, like an American.
So like they're like, oh, we pulled you over because you're going like this fast. I'm like, okay, whatever. And they're like, but we're not gonna give you the speeding ticket. We'll just give you a seatbelt ticket. Because it goes from like a $175 fine to $20.
That's crazy.
Click it or ticket.
Stupid.
So, yeah, I just have a ticket. Still don't know how much it's going to be because they still haven't fucking posted it online.
It's probably gonna be like 170-ish.
They never really do.
Yeah.
It's like
You
you
better
can,
make sure it's not a must show, because
Maybe.
that's how I ended up getting
It'll
my
s-
license suspended.
Oh.
Because it's
If you
nobody told me, and I didn't bother to look at it because I didn't have the money at the time, and I was like, well, I've had a speeding ticket before, so I was like, I already know how much it's gonna be, whatever, I'll pay when I have it. So I never looked at it online. The cop also didn't tell me. So when I had mine, I got I went to go renew my license because I turned 21.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh, we can't renew it. And I was like, why? And they're like, oh, because your license is suspended. And I was like, what? What the fuck? And then, they were like, oh, you got to go. I was like, why? And they're like, we can't tell you. Yeah, the BMV was like, we can't tell you that. And I'm like, why? And they're like, you have to look it up online. I was like, but you have the information. We can't tell you that. I'm like, okay. So I looked it up, and it's because I had like 5 or 6 missed court dates.
Oh, shit.
I was like, fuck. So I went to court the next day. I was like, and then I went there, and then the judge was like, pay your fines, you'd be all right. Turns out I wasn't all right. Because then, my license is suspended again.
Yeah, but my other car troubles is I lost my keys at work. That's it.
How do you?
Told you, not interesting. Because sometimes I use them to cut shit. Like, say a box is covered in cellophane, I can just real quick.
You work on a construction site with a bunch of tools, and you want to use your keys
Yeah,
to
sometimes
cut.
I have to get shit done really fast, dude, and I don't have the time.
Okay. I'm just, I figured you'd have.
Carry a knife.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Well, it's usually on me. That's why I had to use my keys that one time. This time I just had, because I had to climb up to the mezzanine, so I put everything in my tool bag. I didn't want anything falling out of my pockets. So, yeah, in my tool bag's on my cart in the mezzanine, on the other side of the room. Journeyman needed something then and there, so I was like, cut it, and then my keys. And I don't know if I put them in there sloppily and they fell out, or I just forgot to put them back in. Lost my keys.
So Monday you're gonna be.
No, I'm just over it at this point.
You're
Don't
not
think
even
I'm
gonna
really
look for him.
What?
Not even gonna look for him.
I looked for them for like an hour,
Oh shit.
and like I said, they're either in the mezzanine or on a strict path that I know I took. They weren't there.
I'm just laughing because we know how quickly George gets angry when he loses something. I can just imagine him
No,
at
dude,
work,
I'm at
just
work.
like,
I'm not just screaming my head off.
oh, because that's what I imagine. You just go like totally ape shit at the last 15 minutes of that hour. Just
No, like what's it called? The worst I got, I just like kicked something to move it, see if my keys were there.
oh, that's a lot more boring, though, George. You should have like,
Yeah, I'm at work, dude.
what?
I'm at work.
You
I'm
work
a-
with
I'm
you
a-
work with men. They should understand.
I'm a first-year apprentice. There's only so much I can get away with. I can just now start talking shit back to my journeyman.
That's fair. That's fair. So, what's your car trouble story here, Cody? I saw your Snapchat, and I was like,
See,
PSA.
Todd.
PSA. Don't buy Nissans or Infinities.
my dad has an Infinity.
Well, tell him to return it.
He hasn't had a problem with his.
Yeah, well,
That's
his
'cause
is brand new.
I know. I'm just messing with you.
Don't buy Nissans or Infinities unless you can afford to buy a brand new one, because fuck them. Fuck them.
Ooh. I guess we're not getting sponsored by them, are we?
Fuck Nissan. It's a fucking bullshit.
So, what's the backstory, man?
What isn't the backstory? Shit just keeps falling apart in the goddamn cars. Fucking piece
Why
of
don't you
shit.
fix it?
Why don't I fix it? Well, Brandon, I don't know if you know this, but my car is expensive as fuck to fix.
Mine is too. That's why I have him do it.
Yeah, Phil.
It's a little cold for that right now, by the way.
I mean, my car's fine, so we're
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, no, it was definitely cold. So last night, leaving Danny's house, driving, get like a minute down the road, my car just turned off. I was like, what? Like, what the fuck? Now, the engine, like, the battery was fine, everything's on. And I
The
was,
car just
and
slowed
I
down.
noticed because I was accelerating, it stopped accelerating. I was like, what the fuck? So I tried to pull over, and obviously the engine's off, so power steering's turned off. So I was like, I had to muscle that bitch onto the shoulder. And I'm trying to turn it on, and it's just... And I was like, what in the fuck? So I call Phil. Thank Jesus he left at the same time as me, so he couldn't have gotten very far. So I was like, fuck. Phil. He's like, what happened? I was like, my car died. And he's like, what happened? I was like, I don't know. He's like, what do you mean? It's like, I don't know. And he's like, I'll be there in a second. So he gets there, and he's trying to figure out what the fuck happened, because everyone's like, what the fuck? Like, it just won't start. He starts doing Phil shit, taking shit apart.
Yeah.
He pulled my back seat out. I didn't know you could do that. He just pulled the cushions out and set it on top of my fucking car. I was like, Phil, my seats. He's like, it's fine.
We didn't have a fucking screwdriver, so I was trying to get to the fuel pump to at least make sure you had fuel.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah, he had the nerve to fucking ask me, do you have gas in the car?
Well, your gauge could have been. Your gauge could be broken.
No, but I had
It's an
just
option.
filled it up.
Yeah. But, like, because usually to check a fuel pump, you just tap on the bottom of the tank. I didn't hear it from, like...
This
the-
motherfucker wasn't tapping. He got under my car. Dude.
And it sounded empty. That's why I asked.
Oh.
Because,
big
like,
ass-
they have a
big ass
distinct
tank.
sound
Yeah.
when you hit them.
It's a big ass. It did sound empty now that I think
Yeah.
about it. It's a big ass tank, though.
So wait, is your car just sitting on the side of the road still?
No.
No.
Oh, okay.
We pushed it into King Rib.
King Rib, yeah.
So it's just sitting at King River.
No.
right now?
No.
Okay.
We
Hold on, let me
well,
continue.
Okay.
yeah,
Sorry, I got
fucking,
excited. I
Phil-
get excited. about
Phil's
this.
fucking trying to figure out what the fuck's going on. We're trying a million different things. Mind you, it's 2 a.m.
Yeah.
And
So-
it's like 8 degrees outside.
If not less, it was cold.
Wind chill.
It was cold as
We'll say
fuck.
it's negative.
It's cold as fuck. Cold as fuck. Nothing is working. Phil can't figure out what the fuck's going on. So we're just like, all right, put the important shit back together, close it up, lock it, go back to Phil's house. Wake up in the morning, go deal with the car. and he had been reading about a lot of shit. And
As Phil does.
he's like, oh, I think I figured out the problem. He's like, only thing is, if what I think is wrong, it's going to be really expensive to fix. I was like, he's like, yeah, you got to take it to an Infiniti dealer. And I was like, fucking great. Yeah. That's what's wrong with it.
He does the same thing with me.
So those of you who know cars, Phil is going to explain.
So basically, they have an issue where
Y'all saw
it
that,
got
right?
real bright
nobody
in
else
here.
saw that, but we all saw that. Just
It
all
got
those
real bright in this room.
Bruh. What the hell?
power surge. It happens. Check your Xbox. It might be broken.
It's plugged into a surge protector thing.
Doesn't matter.
Thing, strip thing.
Okay. But
Power strip. That's what it is.
but the crankshaft position sensor goes bad, or the camshaft position sensor. There's a little wheel on the camshaft, if anybody knows what that is, and it can spin a little bit. It's not supposed to, but it will. And it'll throw off the correlation. So they're supposed to look at each other and say, okay, you're doing what you should be doing, and I'm doing what I should be doing, so let's start the car. Well, Cody's car wasn't doing that. It was like, you're not doing this right, and then the other guy was like, no, fuck you, and then the car just wasn't starting. So I managed to get the car started. I unplugged one sensor, had him hit the starter, fucking nothing. So I plugged that one back in, go to the other side, unplug it, hits the start button, started right up.
So the sensor that's broken, if you unplug it, it works.
It works. The car works. Well, for the most part.
Yeah. Oh, man, it was scary as fuck, because when we're pulling out of King Ribs, you know, Phil's like, take it slow. I was like, yeah, no shit. I'm not speeding this motherfucker anytime soon. As we're pulling out, you know, it goes, you know, accelerates. As it switched gears, this motherfucker jerks back. I was like, oh, shit. I was like, oh, my God. And then, you know, go up to third gear, shift. Oh, fuck. And, like, the whole car, like, it just stops and then goes, like, hard. And I was
Yeah.
like, fuck. So now it's parked at Danny's house, and we called it's under warranty because the only smart thing I did with buying this expensive fucking car was get a 5-year warranty.
Yeah.
So I did something right, and it's covered under the warranty. Phil called them. They're closed on Sundays.
So Cody's going to call him back in the morning.
The people who are supposed to be fixing my car are not open 7 days a week.
And it literally says in the pamphlet, if emergency, like, roadside breakdown, call this number. So we did. We followed the prompts. They're like, yeah, call back during our business hours.
But you know it's a holiday tomorrow, too.
Is it?
No.
What is it?
MLK Day.
No.
Most dealerships are going to be open.
No.
Yeah. That's just like.
Oh, God, I hope so.
Yeah.
I'm just warning you now, bro.
Oh, Jesus, fuck. God damn it.
Just saying. That's funny.
Don't buy an
I mean,
Infiniti.
it's not funny.
Also, the same car, both of the fucking wheel bearings went out same time, exact same time.
Did you
That
have-
doesn't happen.
Did you get those fixed?
I
Not
have
yet.
them.
Oh.
And
I
we
have the new
We were
ones.
just reading through his warranty. We were just reading through his warranty, and his wheel bearings are covered.
Surprise! I blew my
So-
mind. I didn't know that.
Do you have the receipt for those parts?
No.
No.
Did you buy them online? No, you got them at Pep Boys.
Mm.
They might be able to pull up a receipt for you, but you might be able to get reimbursed for that as well too if you mail in the receipts.
Some bitch.
He's saving lives out here, man. He's saving lives.
We play this game a lot. Oh, your transmission issue. That's actually really interesting because, like,
Oh,
you haven't experienced some of the transmissions I have.
We got him going
I
now.
don't want to think of his transmission issue. I just want to think of that one
No,
problem.
it's being caused by your engine
Oh,
issue.
yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
because the transmission's not seeing what it wants to see from the engine, so it's acting weird. Well, no, when an engine or a transmission actually starts to, like, slip and go bad like that, that's how they act.
How are you doing, George?
But
What?
Shut the fuck up.
I'm sorry.
But we had one. You start the car. Once it's warm, you go from park to reverse, and it shakes. It shakes you. It does the thing you were telling about.
Yeah.
And then you put it in reverse, or you put it in drive after you back up. You sit there for about 30 seconds, and it about throws you through the fucking windshield.
Oh shit.
Because it just goes wham and just slams into gear. And it
We're
just-
driving now, bitch.
Pretty much.
That's a little rough.
It's pretty impressive.
I love that. That's what Phil finds impressive in life, getting almost thrown through a windshield.
The other thing you guys also have to experience is death wobble.
Bro, listen, I see that on skateboards. I ain't having it. Nope.
No, in a car.
No.
It's
I
really
couldn't
bad
even
in
imagine.
Jeeps. Jeeps have a really bad problem with it. And basically what happens is your steering wheel just starts shaking back and forth. And what's happening is your wheels are bouncing back and forth, left to right.
Nope, I
They're
don't
just
want nothing
bouncing,
to do with
and
it.
you can't get out of it. It just does it. So the first time I experienced it, I think I sent you guys a Snapchat. I'm like, this is, I don't know.
It's funny.
Was it you or Trey that was on Snapchat, and it was like the car was in park, but the steering wheel was like, it was Trey. Do you ever remember that?
Yeah.
It was the car. This car was in park. It was on.
BMW.
Yeah, and the steering wheel's just fucking like going back and forth, just freak. But it's in park,
That's
and
crazy.
the steering wheel's just freaking the fuck out.
That's crazy.
I think it was last year when it was cold and the power steering was fucked up on it because of the cold weather.
Yeah, that's scary shit to think about. Just sitting there in your car, you get in, you turn it on. Oh my god!
Bro, it's one of those moments where I'd be like, do I just let Jesus take me now? Or do I just, like, or do
what
I
I-
fight this?
That's what I've been
Well, it's
thinking.
been a good run.
That's what you've been thinking about lately?
Yeah, just offing myself.
Oh, my God.
What?
You can't.
What?
Yeah, you can.
Why?
Because I'm in
Because
debt.
Infiniti suck.
I'm in debt. Hella debt. Behind on payments for a car that's broken.
I understand
A
that.
car that's broken. A car that I didn't really need to buy, but I wanted to because I was tired of fixing the Grand Am.
Yeah. You know.
And now you realize the Grand Am would have been the better choice.
No. Now I realize that if I would have got the car I wanted in the first place, none of this would have ever happened.
But see, this is a learning experience for you, you know?
Fuck that. Learning experience. What did I learn? Don't buy anything on credit.
Okay. I mean, hey, that's what.
I'm never getting a payment again after this until I'm like wealthy. Fuck this. This shit sucks. I would not.
No, no.
Fuck this. Horrible decision.
Hey, it's part of life. man.
Horrible decision.
Yeah, if you look at all the shit the techs drive at work, it's all beaters. Older cars. They're like nice cars, but they're older.
That's what?
That's what the techs drive.
Text. Oh, okay.
Yeah, technicians, the mechanics.
Yeah,
None of
because
them
they know
drive
how to-
anything
yeah,
new.
because they can fix it. It's not nothing.
It's because they know they don't want to deal with the payment and all the bullshit.
yeah, it sucks.
If they have a car that gets them from point A to point B, that's all they need.
Facts.
A coworker drives like a 1995 Nissan, or no, a Mazda.
Oh god.
Nissan Maxima. I can't spot.
I love 95
I can't
Maximas.
speak. Yeah, it's,
I love 95
I can't
Maximas.
Spock speak. Fuck me, right? But yeah, he drives all the way from Franklin, Indiana, to Westfield every morning.
Shout out to Franklin.
Yeah.
That's far as fuck.
And Friday when we had that like 3/8 inch sheet of ice everywhere,
Yeah.
Keystone was shut down north and south at 465, and 465 was shut down east and west at that interchange.
Really?
It took him almost 3 hours to get home.
Bro, I had to go to work that morning, too.
I did too.
Granted, my job is just
Me
like
too.
right there, but it's just the fact that I'm the only person that's got to get up and get out and stuff. And then we ended up closing early anyway. I was like, well, why did I have to be here to begin with?
We were gonna, yeah, that was the day after I had food poisoning. So I showed up to work thinking like, okay, because I'm on rugs. I work at a fucking furniture store. I'm the rug salesman. So
Yeah.
I'm thinking, okay, I'm not gonna have to do anything strenuous today. Cool, because I just got over food poisoning. My body is not ready for this. 3 warehouse people showed up, myself included. So it was just me and 2 others, which means I had to move all the furniture. So then, next day rolls around, I'm sick again.
Yeah.
It sucked ass.
Probably didn't have time to rest up.
No, I told my mom, and she's like, I wouldn't have gone to work the next day. And I was like, well, I need to pay bills, so.
But yeah, that was probably the most disappointing thing about work on Saturday. It's
Yeah.
like every Saturday, one of the guys runs to Dunkin' Donuts, gets a whole bunch of wake-up wraps, and brings them back, and we all have breakfast. And we all sit around talking for the first hour because nobody shows up.
Nice.
But guy left. Dunkin' Donuts is closed
Yeah.
Damn.
A lot
Yeah.
of places are
due to
closed.
the weather.
Yeah, see, we were talking about closing early, but it was shitty because it was like this constant, it was like we weren't busy at all, but we just had a consistent flow of like one person
Yep.
every like 45 to 50 minutes.
Yep.
And they were like, yeah, we can't close. And I'm like, why? Nobody wants to be here. And you know what pissed me off? You know what really pissed me off?
Hmm.
You know how bad it was out, right?
Yeah.
It was really icy. There were mothers there with infants shopping for furniture.
Bruh.
And I'm like, I swear to God, if if I'm at work or something, the mother of my child is out shopping for furniture, and whether I'm going home, I'm beating her ass.
Whoa.
That's right. I'm catching a domestic, bitch.
Okay, chill, bro.
I'm beating her ass. How dare you
Chill.
take my baby out in this way? I'm
Chill.
beating her ass. I'm taking the stroller. I'm smacking her with it.
Bro, it's weird because
Maybe in a pillowcase and just.
you took it way too far.
That's what I do.
I
You
love
done
my
took-
baby.
you done took it
That's
too
the whole
far.
reason I'm upset.
Anyway,
Comedy.
I'm a dad.
No, you're not.
I'm a dad.
No, you're not.
Slim Daddy.
Slim daddy.
These two got dragged into a bridal show today.
Yeah, I saw the
That was
Snapchat. And Cody was like, he's like, bridal show. What the fuck?
Found where the wine was for 15 minutes I was there.
Yeah.
And then some random lady asked.
Yeah,
If
some
she-
chick
if
knew,
Cody- yeah.
knew me and George apparently, and I feel like I know her too, but I don't know.
Oh,
It's probably at one of my parties. I don't know.
probably.
Yeah.
But when I was at work during that storm or whatever, I guess the winter weather storm, they were like, because the schools got let out. So tell me why these kids were all like, let's go to GameStop. And the mom was like, sure. I was like, why? Like,
So there's just like this.
bruh, and you know what really pisses me off? I did 20 transactions that day. There were more people than that in my store.
Oh,
So you came, wasted my time, didn't buy nothing, and then just drove your ass home? Get out of here. Don't even come to the store at that point. No, stop. This pisses me off. Wasted my... I could have closed early.
You know we're supposed to get a good amount of snow tomorrow too, right?
I don't have to go to work tomorrow, so it don't bother me.
I have to go outside tomorrow.
I don't have to go to work tomorrow either, but I don't have a car to go to work. So
I'm literally
Awkward.
going outside.
shit. I just thought about this. How long is my car gonna be down?
A while, probably.
Well, if you get it taken to a dealership, if you can
Yeah.
be at your car, like I know Danny's off work, so if you go hang out with him tomorrow,
Yeah.
when the guy comes to pick up your car
Yeah.
and they take you to the dealership, ask for a loaner car. They should be able to put you in one since it's probably going to be major engine or like a longer diag. They usually save loaner cars for people who are going to end up spending. They're going to make more money off of. So
Fuck.
But you could be rolling into new...
yeah, they
newer
could put.
Infiniti.
They'd probably put you in a brand new Infinity.
Baller.
It's probably going to be like the SUV, but
Shit. I don't give a fuck.
we've got a couple. We have a couple older ones at the shop
I
right now.
don't give a fuck. Oh,
Right.
the FX?
No, like
The ones that I love those.
it's kind of like the CRV, but just a little bit bigger.
Bro, why is the CRV
Oh.
like the caramel white, like the caramel high school white girl car?
Because they're cheap,
It's
reliable,
like, it's so funny because it's like, it was funny because my uncle, who's like this military dude, my great uncle, he got a CRV, and I'm like, look at you, looking like a high school white girl. What you doing? He didn't like that very much. but-
Yeah, I wonder why.
and my brother just texted me, "You're going to be getting 4 35-inch tires at work later this week. I put your name on the shipping address to Tom Roush Mazda."
What the fuck? Why?
Because Nick is Nick.
Why didn't you just get them shipped to the house?
What would your dad say if you had 4 35-inch tires show up to his house?
True fact. Cody, he would call me the second they showed up. Like, what did you buy? Like, well, I'm sure you can see them.
Because they're on a pallet.
It's true. Yeah,
That's funny.
he'd probably be a little upset.
There's something else I want to talk about, but I can't remember what it was. Like for the life of me.
Talk about.
I don't know. It's been kind of I would say a light week, you know?
I've been paying too much attention to what's going on in the world because my life has been shit this week. So
Well, you know, that's fair, I
What
guess.
should I haven't been paying attention. Like, I know something happened in Hawaii, but I don't know enough to talk about it.
I mean, some dude pressed the wrong button and sent an alert text message saying a missile was being launched to Hawaii.
So that wasn't really Trump's fault. It was somebody who hit the wrong button, and everybody's trying to blame Trump.
Exactly. I find that hilarious, but also terrible at the
Yeah,
same
that's
time.
horrifying.
Like, could you imagine being in, like, imagine that was your, like, the first day of your vacation, and you land in
Oh,
Hawaii.
you know whose vacation it was?
Hmm.
Dan Rue and Nick Paddywhack.
Who?
Yeah, baby.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Yeah, baby. What is you doing, baby?
Danielson.
Danielson, baby. You don't know who I'm talking about?
Mm-mm.
Are you fucking...
Still one of the best things about that when like shit gets real goes, hey, don't put your hands on my man.
Don't put your hand on my man's. Okay, so there's this Instagram duo. One guy's name is...
Wait, is he a big black dude with a beard, and then the other dude's like a small white dude?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know you're
Okay,
talking about
yeah.
that. Okay, yeah, sorry.
Dan and Nick were in Hawaii, and because that's how I found out about it, through these Instagram celebrities. It's fucking wild, right? And it was like he was at the airport or something, and the lady was like, "Yeah, it was just a, what's the word? False. It was false. What's the word?
False alarm.
Yeah, it was a false alarm.
You
And
got
then-
half the phrase right. Didn't just throw the word alarm in there.
My brain's not working right now. Okay, I'm dealing with a lot of shit.
Literally shit. He's food poisoning still.
Shit. Really? Do you?
No, I mean
Oh.
I'm still like recovering.
Mm.
I didn't realize how much like your body has to recover after a day of puking.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
That's a lot of dehydration you just went through, dude.
Bro, what the fuck?
You essentially had a light case of Ebola.
That was some scare. I really thought I was going to die. No, I swear to God, bro. Like, because there was a point in time where, like, mind you, I woke up at 4:30 in the fucking morning. Shut the fuck up. He's laughing at
I'm imagining Cody on the toilet, just like, this is how it ends.
I swear to God, bro. That's what was going through my mind. Because, okay, so I woke up at 4:30 in the morning, right?
See, senor.
I wake up and
crying on a toilet.
I wasn't crying. I woke up at like 4:30 and I was like, fuck. I wake up and I'm like, man, I don't feel right. So I walked to the bathroom and I was just like, blah, and I was like, oh shit. I was like, goddamn. See, now I'm the type of person that when I puke, right, I get it all out. I'm good to go.
Bro, I'm the same
I carry
way.
on with my day, right?
Wait, before you finish the story, have you ever been eating too fast, you get caught in your throat, and then you're just like, fuck it, and you just have to go puke, and then you
No.
can continue eating?
Absolutely not.
Okay, me and my mom do that all the time. Swear to God. It's just one of these things where, like, we eat so fast that we don't, like, chew our food well enough, and then it feels like it's stuck in our throat.
So you
That's
puke
when
it
you
up,
take a drink of water.
right?
No, because, like, we do that, but it doesn't work, because we just feel like it's just, like, sitting right there. And then we can literally just go puke, be good, and then continue eating.
Anyway,
I'm sure that's called binge eating. And it's an eating disorder.
I don't think that's what that is.
but you know, I wake up, I go puke. I'm like, fuck, you know. All right, I'm thinking like, shit. I have to work today. I'm gonna go back to sleep. I'm gonna, you know, wake up, sleep it off a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Go back to sleep. Wake up at 5. I have to go puke again. I'm like, fuck. I'm like, oh, okay, you know, I'm still gonna be okay. Whatever. 5:30. Do it again. 6. Do it again.
Like
6:30.
like clockwork.
And at this point, I'm like, shit, this is not going away. And I'm like, God damn, I'm going to have to call in today. And I'm like accepting that. I'm like, okay, whatever. Bro, like the next, like, up until like 3 or 4 p.m., it was every 30 minutes, bro.
That's crazy.
It was ridiculous. And like I said, probably around like 9 a.m., I'm literally sitting there, like my legs are sprawled out. I'm holding the toilet. I'm hugging the toilet. Like I've literally got my arms wrapped around the base of the toilet, bro. And I'm just looking into the toilet water, and I'm like, I can't puke anymore. There's literally nothing left. At this point, I'm puking loogies.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was
it's
nothing.
Your stomach acid.
And there was nothing left. I'm like, and I'm just doing that, and I'm just like, I'm like sitting there like freaking out because I'm like, there's nothing left, and my body keeps trying to puke, and I'm like, and I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna fucking die, because I'm like, what the fuck, like, my body is killing itself right now, like there's no water, I'm covered in sweat, like, sweating profusely, trying to puke, and I'm just like, what the fuck, I'm like, somebody, and mind you, I really thought I was gonna die. So I left the door open every time I went to go puke, just in case I passed out.
Yeah.
Because I was like, they're going to find me in the fucking bathroom floor. I'm going to be all dehydrated and shriveled up like a fucking raisin. Like, yeah.
Bro, when you puke that much, your body is like...
It was horrible.
It tries to shut down. Like, there's so much... You lose so much liquid, you basically are shutting down. And it's terrible.
I slept a lot. Well, for 30 minutes. 30-minute intervals. You know, fucking, yeah.
Yeah, food poisoning sucks.
It was horrible. My mom, she's like, you just got to keep drinking water. And I'm like, I can't drink water.
Bro, I know. That's why sometimes I just wish, like...
Never drink red Gatorade.
That's what I was drinking, actually.
It looks worse.
Yeah. It was scary.
But, like...
That's what my mom brought me. She brought me red Gatorade, Sprite, and applesauce, and a banana.
I just sometimes wish that, like, it wasn't, like, weird to, like, get your own, like, bag of fluids from a hospital and just stick an IV in your arm and just like chill, because then you'd get all the fluids.
You'd still puke it up.
I understand, but you'd still be resupplying your body with fluid, so it won't be as bad. That's why they.
My mom's like, you got to keep drinking that Gatorade. I'm like, I can't. She's like, it's the only thing that's gonna replenish your body right now. And I was like, I can't. And she's like, you just got to keep drinking it. I'm like, what's the point?
You know what's screwed up is that water. Like if you're too dehydrated, water won't help you all the way because you lose so much electrolytes. Those are so important that like you could drink a ton of water, but you could still pass out.
At that point, do you know what you guys need? Brondo.
I don't know what that is.
That's not a thing.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not.
How do you know?
I don't. What is it, Phil?
Is it weird? I'm imagining.
It has electrolytes. It's what plant needs.
It's what plants crave.
Oh, is it? Okay.
It's what plants need.
It's what plants crave.
Okay.
It's what the plants crave.
I'm done with
It's Idiocracy. It's a movie.
Oh, not.
Starbucks is basically a strip club, right?
I don't remember. Yeah.
I'm not a movie buff, so I wouldn't know.
Pretty sure Starbucks in this.
I've never actually seen the movie. I've just been referenced. It's what plants crave plenty of times to where I looked it up.
That was the first time I ever heard that.
Basically, it's the future. Everybody's a moron. This guy travels into the future trying to get away from some dude who like is trying to kill him, and he's essentially the smartest person on the earth.
Oh.
So they've been watering all the plants with Brondo because it's got electrolytes. It's what plants crave.
It's basically Gatorade.
Yeah.
Oh.
And so none of the plants are like growing. So he's like, how about you try using water? And this one bitch who's in like in the White House, like circle,
Yeah.
the head honchos, she goes, you mean like out in the toilet?
Out the toilet.
He goes, no, but yes.
No, but yes.
Yeah. Yeah, it was scary, man. I don't know. Like, I wouldn't wish that on anyone. Like, if I really hated someone, wouldn't wish that upon them. That was horrible. Horrible.
That's fair. Speaking of movies, though, you know what movie I really am like? This is the first movie I've actually been excited about, and I know you guys will be like, "Oh, it's because you're black," but it looks like a fucking great movie.
Black Panther.
It just looks so good, dude.
It's the most pre-ordered or pre-sale tickets sold of any Marvel movie.
It looks so good.
Fun fact.
I want to go see it so bad.
I didn't see Civil War, but I like Black Panther from the one clip I saw from Civil War. It was from some clips from this fight they had in an airport.
Yeah.
And Hawkeye, whatever the fuck his name is, introduces himself to Black Panther. He just goes, I don't care, and just starts kicking his ass.
Damn.
Black Panther is an amazing character.
He also says in that African accent, so it's like, I don't care. And just,
I do not care.
fuck it.
Do
I
you know
didn't-
the way?
I did not.
Do you know the way?
I didn't know Michael B. Jordan was going to be in the
Do you
movie.
know the way? Yeah. You know, okay. I'm going to get a lot of hate for this.
Go ahead.
I like Michael B. Jordan.
Mhm.
I originally got introduced to him through Fruitvale Station.
Fantastic movie.
Really fucking, like, he really did a great job in that movie.
That's an Oscar.
But I just
nominee
feel
movie
like
right there.
I
Not
feel like
really, but-
every movie after that he's been in, he's just sucked ass.
Really?
Yes.
Hmm.
Ass. Like, his character in Black Panther just looks, I don't know. I saw a couple clips where, like, he's talking. He's just, like, a little bit, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to still watch the movie, though, because it looks cool. But
I mean, Fantastic Four. That's none of those movies are ever good, so you can't really blame him for that one.
how the fuck does he have a white sister?
Like I said, none of those movies were ever good, so you really can't blame him for that. But you didn't like Creed?
I did.
You did?
I thought his character, I loved the movie. I just still think he's a bad actor.
Really?
Yeah, I thought some of the dramatic scenes were a little
Lacking the drama.
corny.
Corny. That's
Yeah,
fair.
he's just, I don't know. He's not a very good dramatic actor.
I've always
Which is
liked him.
weird because his character in Fruitvale was really good,
Mm-hmm.
and it was a dramatic movie.
That's my favorite movie he's ever done is Fruitvale.
It's really good.
What is Fruitvale?
It's about the shooting of Oscar Grant.
Who's Oscar Grant?
He was the guy who was killed by the police in
San Fran?
Oakland.
Oakland.
On the BART station. Yeah. There's a video.
Bruh.
Yeah,
You told me about this, actually.
it's fucked. It's fucked. They
Like,
literally
that's
had
probably
him-
that's probably one of the worst ones.
They had
too.
him face down on the ground. The cop has like his knee on the back of his neck and just pulls out his gun, and just bah, right in his back. Just, bam,
twice, I believe, wasn't it?
just shot his ass.
The
Claims
double
he
tap.
reached for the taser. Which, you know, when you feel a gun and a taser, they're a little bit different. Also, the taser's like yellow, right? It's bright fucking yellow. So when you
Meaning-
pull it out to aim, you're like, ah, shit. You know,
Meaning
you
he
put
wasn't
that back.
looking at that gun. He was just like, ah.
Right. He just didn't. you know
No,
what I'm
it
saying?
means he intentionally shot him.
More or less, you know.
But if you go with his story.
Especially if you pull the trigger a second time.
Yeah.
Oh, that didn't shock him. Let's go for alternate fire.
It was really fucked because all his friends were like lined up. Because the story is, there was an altercation on the train. There was a guy who was trying to fight Oscar. You know,
Which
and-
is a whole backstory to it, which they get into in the movie. But
yeah, the movie gets into that. But Oscar didn't want to fight him, so the dude starts a thing on the train. The dude who started the fight gets away, and they pull Oscar and all of his friends off the train. All his friends are like lined up on like the edge of this train station.
Which, mind you, this is, I guess we should probably mention this. Oscar was in jail at some point in time. I mean, that shouldn't make a difference, but that's why he didn't want to get into the fight because he just was out on parole or whatever.
Yeah. So all his friends had to watch their friend basically get executed by a cop.
You know what's worse? He had a daughter.
Yeah.
Never saw him again. It's terrible.
Some chilling shit, man. Good movie though.
It's a fantastic movie.
Great movie. Yeah. Really
It's
good
one of those
movie.
movies that can bring people to tears.
You
You
know
know?
what else is a fantastic fucking movie that I'm like so excited about because ever since I saw it, I was like, holy shit. It's a movie called Wind River.
Never heard of it.
It's got Jeremy Renner in it, who plays not Hawkeye, dude with the bow. that Hawkeye?
Green Arrow?
No, in
Marvel.
Avengers.
Yeah,
That's Hawkeye. Yeah.
Who? Okay, so who's black dude with the wings?
That's
what is his name?
Birdman.
No, not Birdman. You
Falcon.
stupid.
Falcon.
Yeah,
Okay,
thank
so
you.
yeah, Hawkeye then. The guy who plays Hawkeye, Jeremy Renner,
Yeah.
he's in the movie. In this movie, holy shit. Talk about a fucking dramatic, gripping movie. God
Yeah.
damn. It's take place in Wyoming. Middle of fucking nowhere. It's cold as shit. It's horrible.
Yeah.
And it takes place on a Native American reservation, Indian
Okay.
reservation.
I like where this is going.
Yeah, and Jeremy Renner's character, he's basically like a tracker hunter type dude. So all the people out there who have like livestock or whatever, if there's like a bobcat that's eating their sheep or whatever the fuck they have out there, elk, I don't know. Right? He tracks the animal and kills them for him, whatever, right?
Yeah.
That's his thing. Well, there's these 2 FBI guys that are there, and they're investigating the disappearance of this girl. Jeremy Renner gets involved because while he's tracking a mountain lion or whatever,
Yeah.
he comes across a body. And then, and then you find out later in the movie that his daughter also went missing at one point in time. And, there's a bunch of shit that goes on in the movie, but holy fucking shit, the movie is intense. And then at the end, they give you some little facts. The little facts that I was a little upset about, because not only did I not know, and I'm a little upset at myself for not knowing, but how the fuck is this still a thing?
Run down a couple of them first.
Native American women are not on missing people's registry.
What? That can't be a thing.
Swear to God. So if I was to go missing,
Yeah.
Cody Baker missing, white male.
Yeah.
If a Native American woman goes missing, they don't put her on there.
That's one of those weird things where they're on a reservation, so technically they're not they are part of the U.S., but at the same time they're not.
But it's just the women.
They govern their own people.
It's just the women.
That's still
Just the women.
I can understand if it was both men and women.
It's just the women.
That's
They
still
don't get
screwed
put
up,
on
man.
missing people registry.
That's crazy.
And so there's no estimate of, and apparently the movie is based on true stories, by the way. So after you watch the movie, you're just fucked because you learn that it's all true stories. It's not just one true story, but it's like an accumulation of a bunch of stories. What in the fuck, bro? There's no way of anyone knowing how many women actually go missing.
That's crazy.
And it's this common occurrence out there. They just go missing.
wow.
Nobody finds them. Yeah. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Intense movie.
Sounds
Watch
like
that shit.
it.
Jeremy Renner, fantastic actor.
So, you guys have heard. I don't know if you don't have Netflix, but you've seen the movie Bright, right?
Yeah.
Not seen it, but
Yeah.
Oh, with
I've
Will
heard of
Smith?
it.
yeah.
I want to watch it. It looks cool.
Well,
Uh-oh.
okay. My thing is, look,
I like the racial undertones.
Pretty
I'm
sure we already
I'm
talked
sure-
about
I'm
this.
sure it was
Did we?
executed
Yeah.
poorly.
but I finally watched it, so
yeah.
that's
So
fine.
now you have,
Yeah,
okay, so now you actually know what's going on.
So the trailer, which I feel like we talked about, was that he hits a fairy out of the air and said, "Fairy lives don't matter today." At that point, I was like, you know what? Forget this movie. I'm not doing it. Stop.
They had
Don't
racial undertones, but they just didn't execute it very well.
care. Yeah. So,
Is what I'm gathering.
but that is true. And okay, so ogres, they were wearing L.A. gangsta attire with chains and football jerseys and sagging their pants and all this stuff. And I was like, I get what you're trying to do here. That's fine. The movie, if you don't look at the racial undertones, kind of an entertaining movie.
It
Okay.
was, but it wasn't great.
Yeah, that's
it
what I
was
was getting
just,
to.
it was kind of like a B-rated movie.
Yeah. It was one of those Netflix movies that's not terrible, but it's not
Up to par with most Netflix movies.
Yeah.
It's worth the one watch.
Yeah.
Exactly. But for what it was, I actually fully for the entertainment value, I really enjoyed it. But I feel like it got so deep into
Convoluted.
yeah, it got too deep in this fight between orcs, elves, and humans that it took away from the racial undertones it was trying to be, because then it just turns into every other fantasy movie. So I feel like they kind of screwed up there. But I'd still say check it out, just because Will Smith is still a good actor. He still made the movie what it is. But
My biggest issue with it was how long was it? An hour and a half?
yes, I think so.
So they take about an hour and 15 minutes of build-up in the story, and then the ending is maybe 10 to 15 minutes of action,
Yeah.
Oh, really?
and it's just over. And
There's-
you're like, what?
There's action sprinkled throughout, but it's
But
light. It's light.
yes. Yeah.
But yeah.
They took too long to build up to it. They
Yeah.
took too long making the story, and then they just kind of like ran out of money and time and finished
Yep.
it.
It's gonna seem weird, but since he brought up great actors, I was thinking about this the other day. Who is your favorite actor and why?
Ooh.
Like honestly, dog, Will Smith.
All right. Any reason why?
Because I just feel like he, like from what we've seen from him over the years, I feel like he can do just about any role. Like, because you see him going from Fresh Prince, where he's this like happy-go-lucky kid, and even throughout that series, there were like some real deep moments in that show that were like real.
With
His dad. Oh man, bro.
Have you ever seen that scene?
Yeah, dude, that fucked me up.
Phil, have you seen it?
What scene?
Where his dad leaves and
In what movie? Hold on.
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Okay, go. Yeah, I got it. Okay.
Yeah, you've seen that scene.
Sorry, I was thinking about my favorite. So
Oh, you seen that scene though?
Yeah.
Yeah. That, bro, when he starts
Still-
screaming, I was like,
still-
I get chills, bro. I was
still
like,
makes me
oh.
tear up.
Huh. Anyway,
Tense shit.
so that show was great, but then you can see him go to, like, movies like Bad Boys, which is like a classic film.
Classic.
With him and Martin Lawrence, like, it's great, and he can be that like brash, badass dude who just cracks jokes the entire time.
Yeah.
And then he kind of, that's kind of his role now that he's older. But then he can do movies like Hitchcock, where he just plays a full blown asshole, but then
Still
grows.
my favorite superhero movie.
Yeah.
Hancock.
Or yeah, is it Hitchcock or Hancock?
Hancock.
Hancock, sorry.
and he also has I Am Legend.
Yeah, but he can.
was
Damn,
so
that's a good
sad.
movie too.
Yeah.
He can just do. It just feels like he can do everything because he can go from the asshole and grow into like a good human being, and then he
iRobot.
can. iRobot the
That
same
was a
way.
good one.
It's like
Wow, he
all
does
his-
have a lot of
That's
good
what
movies.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
And then Pursuit of Happiness.
I never watched that.
Oh,
I know I couldn't handle it because
bro, it's so good.
Yeah, my mom said she didn't like it because it was just so depressing.
Is that the one where he's homeless
yeah,
with the
with-
kid?
yeah,
that's
yeah.
a really good movie too.
She said, my mom was like, she's like, I watched it. She's like, I didn't cry, but I just felt depressed the whole movie.
Dude, it's sad. He does a really good job with it though.
Yeah, I mean, lately though, his movies have been like Suicide Squad. That whole entire movie sucked. The movie he did with his son
it
is
didn't
kind of
suck.
like
It was entertaining. It
Yeah.
entertained you.
okay. Yeah,
it didn't
that's
live up
fair.
to what it
That's
should
fair.
have been.
But
I don't even want to get into that.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. It's Suicide Squad.
I mean, his
That one movie he
IMDb
did-
is fire though.
That one movie he did with his son. What was
It's
it?
like I don't remember the name.
Ass, by the way.
Yeah, it was
Horrible ass.
terrible.
Buns, hot garbage. Fuck that movie. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, the movie was garbage. But I mean, he's probably my favorite because either that or Denzel. But Denzel's everybody's favorite because he's Denzel.
He's just
You know, Katie just now realized on Thursday that Samuel L. Jackson is in Star Wars.
how dare she?
I mean,
dare
it's
she.
pretty easy to look over. Like you
I
don't,
mean, I
you don't
guess.
really realize.
Well, it's
you're
because
like,
that
wait.
was like that was one of his earlier movies, wasn't it? Because he was like super young, like his skin is still tight, and now he's older and he's kind of. But
Yeah.
he's aged extremely well if you look back at Mace Windu.
motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane. Like, okay, calm down.
Katie's like, wait, that's the dude from Hateful Eight. I'm like, yeah.
Samuel L.
fantastic
motherfucking Jackson.
movie.
Yeah.
Bro,
Yes,
him
so
and Django, my favorite character, hands down, the most like, oh, it was so good. He was so funny.
I still can't get over the fact that horses were referred to as nags.
That's like that was a
I just didn't know that when he called it a nag. I was like, what the fuck is a nag?
It's a cigarette.
It's a horse.
George,
know.
who's your favorite actor?
Tom Hardy.
Oh, okay. That's
Okay.
good. That's a good
Okay.
one.
One thing, and I didn't realize this until I was actually looking into the director's commentary of The Dark Knight, and you notice it once you find out, he acts with his face
Yeah.
even when he has a mask on.
Yeah.
Like that's a hard thing to pull off, and not to mention if you've seen
He's convincing without his mouth.
Yeah.
It's really strange when you don't realize that it's
Yeah.
important, but it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then if you watch some of the movies he's done, like Dark Knight, and then fucking the Legend, the one with the twins.
Fuck
In-
your face. Yeah.
In that movie, he plays a pair of identical twins,
Mm,
and it really does feel like separate actors almost.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He did a fantastic. Damn, Tom Hardy's a good fucking actor too.
And then
yeah.
what made me love him the most was the movie Bronson, because the sheer dedication to you have to put into that role, just because it's Bronson.
I have to be fair,
Yeah.
or be honest at least.
Yeah.
Not fair. I haven't watched it because you tried to get me to watch it too many times.
Oh no, this is absolutely a thing. I don't blame you for that.
Every YouTube video
Bro,
George has ever watched.
He literally tried to get me to watch it so much that one night Lath was watching it. And I was like, I can't do it.
Yeah.
I just like
it's
because
a matter of spite. Like fuck you, you bothered me too much.
it's not even spite. It was just like I get it. It's a good movie. I don't care anymore. I don't.
I get it.
It's Tom Hardy,
But-
huh?
Yeah, but that movie was what made me like think he was an amazing actor, because the shit you had to do in that movie the sheer amount of dedication it took, amazing, and he pulled it all off.
The movie that made me like him a lot was goddamn motherfucking the one with Shia LaBeouf, where he's the brothers. They're all outlaws.
Oh, Lawless.
Yo,
I haven't seen that movie.
I haven't seen it.
this movie is fire as fuck. Oh my
I'm
god.
so happy.
Yo, that shit's fire, bro.
Favorite actor, Cody.
My favorite.
And then Phil, we're gonna do you, and then we're gonna wrap it up because we're running long here.
Bro, I don't even know. It's probably like a toss up, like with Leo. Got to put Leo in there.
Yeah, naturally.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sorry.
DiCaprio.
I
Don't. Oh,
Vinci.
let's. Do you want to? Excuse me.
respect that he's the one. He's a good actor. I just don't personally like him.
He's a great actor, motherfucker. Don't.
I saw.
Don't put shade
My
on
problem
him.
is I saw the Romeo Juliet thing, and I was like, oh,
Have you
trash.
watched What's Eating Gilbert Grape?
yeah, didn't like it.
What?
That was a great.
There was too much screaming, but it was a pretty decent movie.
Leonardo DiCaprio. It's either,
I'm not saying he's a bad actor. I'm just saying I personally don't like
I
him.
don't know. I have to dive. I really do like Tom Hardy too.
Yeah.
It's probably like a toss up between like Leo, DiCaprio, and Sam L. Jackson.
Sam,
I love Samuel
Bro,
Jackson.
he's
bro.
such a good
He has
actor
much
too.
range. Like even as a type of character he's cast as, there's still like
Yeah.
diversity in it.
Yeah, and it's weird because he usually plays like kind of similar characters, but he doesn't at the same time.
Yeah.
It's so weird. Like his character in Pulp Fiction, right?
Mm.
Completely different from the character in Hateful Eight
And Django.
and Django, and goddamn
Snakes on a plane.
no, fuck that, fuck that fucking movie. The only reason anyone ever watched that is because of Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah.
Wait,
He
wait.
just made me. Oh, Kingsman.
Hold on. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Do you guys ever see the sci-fi like spin-offs of Snakes on a Plane?
No, but I want.
Bro,
to
there's
know.
one that's called Snakes on a Train. It's so bad. But Samuel L. Jackson's a
It's
good
kind
choice.
of like Tooken, isn't it?
Took it.
Have you not seen that?
No.
Tooken.
No.
It's a really bad parody of
Oh
Taken.
my god.
It's
Stupid.
just so bad. It's hilarious though.
Okay. Not guilty pleasure because I don't believe in guilty pleasures.
It's fair.
Yeah, I know. I said that fucked up. Fucking leave me alone. I love Adam Sandler.
I don't blame you for that.
I don't give a fuck what anyone says.
Um,
I grew up watching his movies. Me
Yeah.
and my mom used to we literally like sought out to collect his movies.
That's the bonding experience you have with your mama, man.
Yeah, but it's like I don't know, like I don't give a fuck how like everyone always hates on his little voice that he makes. I love it.
I'm gonna throw this out there. I can't stand Will Ferrell.
Same actually.
But we're gonna go to Phil over here.
It's Will Ferrell, isn't it?
No,
Oh.
it was it's actually a pretty even toss up between Will Smith and Adam Sandler. So Adam Sandler, like his early years, is just fucking hysterical.
Yeah.
Like all his old
Yeah.
classic shit. Like everybody likes it. There's not really people who don't like that.
If anyone can say that they don't like Happy Gilmore,
Bro, I was
Billy
just thinking
Madison,
the same thing.
or
bro.
Big Daddy.
Yeah.
Big Daddy was
Yeah.
great.
I'm saying if anyone can say they don't like them, go fuck yourself.
And then, but
I
like
mean-
you
Bulls
move into
and
his more recent stuff, and I think most of his new Netflix stuff is pretty good. There's been the Do Over was all right.
I didn't watch
Did you
it.
ever watch The Cobbler?
Yes,
That
was a good movie.
That's actually a
Yeah.
good movie.
Was it like a drama movie or something?
Yeah.
I didn't watch it,
It's
but
not like it was a good movie.
But
What-
then he also had The Ridiculous Six, and that's the only one that I will actually say is ass.
And Jack and Jill.
See, I actually love that movie because I didn't take it seriously.
It's
It's like this is gonna be a dumb movie about a dumb plot, and I like that.
it was just a little bit too stupid for
It-
me.
yeah, it was a little,
Even being an Adam Sandler movie, it was
yeah.
just a little much.
Yeah.
But like all of his new Netflix stuff, besides really The Ridiculous Six, is people hate on it, but it's not bad. They're good fucking movies.
They obviously have to be doing pretty well for Netflix to have signed him on for more.
that's what I'm saying.
Did
Did
they?
you-
Yeah.
Didn't you say that the reason he signed on to Netflix is he said it rhymes with wet chicks?
I think there was like some tweet that like he had said that or something like that. Yeah.
That's funny.
I think it was a fake
that's
tweet,
just
but
who he
yeah.
is.
Yeah. Wet chicks.
So as we've been talking about this, like, I would have to put Sam, like Denzel, above Sam because
Yeah, low key, I do.
John
like Denzel.
Q,
I do like Denzel.
bruh, John fucking
John
Q.
Q was tremendous.
Oh my god.
I don't know if I saw that.
Is that wait? Just so we're thinking about the same movie. That's the one where he takes the people hostage in the hospital.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
So
great.
fire.
You know what movie I thought was gonna be ass, but ended up being good that he was in? Equalizer.
I didn't see it.
I thought it was gonna be shit, and I watched it and I was like, damn, this is a pretty solid film.
All right, well, we do have to wrap up. Sorry, I had to throw that out there. So thank you for listening to the Classic Podcast once again. I don't know why I stumbled through that sentence so terribly.
The COD passed.
But it's your boy, Baby Ice Cube.
I'm Phil.
I'm George.
And I'm the legacy.
Peace out.